So what do the CR para-completion questions look like? You are presented with a paragraph that is incomplete. This is the standard question stem, and we are presented with 5 answer choices, out of which 1 is correct. So the question type in para-completion questions is always select 1. Therefore, expect a short, incomplete paragraph, a question stem on these lines. Always select 1 question type. So from the 5 answer choices, you need to select 1 correct answer choice. For completing an incomplete paragraph, the correct answer choice must effectively complete the argument. It must logically flow from the complete paragraph, not just the last sentence. Mind map works great for these questions. Missing link is not needed as such. Rather, the missing concluding piece is what needs to be determined. Here is a stepwise approach for solving para-completion questions. Step 1. Read the question first. So we read the question stem here, or simply spot this blank to figure out that we have a para-completion question to deal with. Step 2 is to read the paragraph very carefully, make a mind map, which is to develop a logical train of thought connecting the key points in the passage. Step 3 is to process the information given in the argument and, crucially, estimate its likely closure. How should the argument end? This would help you set a broad expectation from the correct answer choice. Remember, para-completion statements logically complete the argument. They flow from the complete paragraph, not just the last sentence. As always, use the grid to eliminate the answer choices. Let's take a basic example. Here is the question stem, an incomplete paragraph, and here is an answer choice. This is the approach we discussed for solving para-completion questions. Step 1 is to read the question stem and spot that it is a para-completion question. Step 2, we read the paragraph carefully and come up with a mind map. Here is the mind map. The passage starts with something positive. A high GDP growth suggests that the party deserves credit for it, but then it talks about something negative here for which the party has been criticized. So our mind map is clear. A logical train of thought was developed here, duly connecting the key points in the paragraph. Next step is to process the information and to come up with a likely closure. This would set our broad expectation from the correct answer choice. So please pause the video and think of a logical closure of this argument. See, after all the information here, the paragraph talks about elections being due. So what can we say about the elections? The paragraph talked about the party deserving credit. That's something positive. Then the paragraph talked about the party being criticized, something negative. So a logical conclusion should be something that does justice to the positive aspect as well as the negative aspect of the paragraph. Remember, our expectation from the correct answer choice needs to be broad. It's always good to think in terms of what the correct answer choice must do, and it is not advised to think in terms of how it must do so, because there could be many ways in which this how can cater this what. So please think in terms of what, do not think in terms of how. So our broad expectation here is an answer choice that does justice to the positive part of the paragraph as well as the negative part of the paragraph in terms of talking about the elections here. Once this broad expectation has been established, the rest is easy. This answer choice talks about a negative outcome, and therefore this answer choice is catering to only the negative part of the paragraph, and it can be very comfortably eliminated. Therefore, this answer choice is incorrect. Please look at this answer choice. Once again, our broad expectation from the correct answer choice is to do justice with the positive aspect talked about in the paragraph as well as the negative aspect talked about in the paragraph in context of the due elections. This answer choice suggests that the party's economic policies must be lauded, and therefore this answer choice commits the other mistake of concentrating only on the positive aspect of the paragraph. Remember, the correct answer choice must logically flow from the complete paragraph. Therefore, this answer choice is incorrect. Please look at this answer choice. By suggesting that it is difficult to predict whether the party will win, this answer choice is indicating that there must be something positive as well as negative about its performance. Therefore, this answer choice is addressing the positive as well as the negative aspect of the argument. We can say that this answer choice is logically flowing from the complete paragraph and that it's doing a fair job at completing the passage. Therefore, this answer choice is correct. One more answer choice here. This talks about the need for the party to contemplate corrective actions on social, political, and diplomatic issues. These are the same areas where the political party has been criticized. So, this answer choice caters to the negative part of the passage, but the answer choice says that all of this must be done to improve the party's chances. That means the party has a chance at the elections, and this answer choice is suggesting how the party can improve its chances. So, this answer choice is also catering to the positive part of the paragraph. It's a very mature answer choice. The previous answer choice was absolutely correct, but it was an easy answer choice to select. Whereas this answer choice is very mature, it is nuanced, and it leads to a difficult question. The answer choice is absolutely correct. Let us now take a GRE-like example. We spot that this is a para-completion question. Our mind map here is that a certain party has been growing increasingly unpopular in a certain area, and this is likely to lead to a poor performance. However, the poor performance by itself is not going to hurt the party's chances of controlling the parliament, but ultimately, this increasing unpopularity is going to have a serious political consequence for the party because what? So we developed a logical train of thought here. The likely closure of our chain of thought is a reason why the political consequence for the party is going to be serious. Our broad expectation from the correct answer choice is about the reason why. Therefore, from the concluding statement, we expect some negative result for the party of its growing unpopularity. Answer choice A talks about a radically different political landscape. This only talks about a different political landscape, not necessarily bad for the party. The party has grown unpopular among suburban voters, and if non suburban voters are likely to migrate to the suburbs, then this may in fact be something good for the party. We are expecting a negative result, therefore incorrect. Answer choice D is a trap. This talks about a negative result, but the result is confined to the southern districts, and it has been already established that the bad performance in this area by itself is not going to diminish the party's chances of controlling parliament. If you could eliminate choice D through the correct thought process, good job. Choice E talks about something positive while we are clearly expecting a negative result, so choice E cannot be correct. Answer choice B talks about the underperformance in one area being carried over into the competitive districts, thereby suggesting a negative result for the party of its growing unpopularity in this area. Answer choice B clearly meets our broad expectation from the correct answer choice. It logically completes the argument and flows from the complete paragraph. B is the correct answer choice.